It can be tricky to find the right colors that go with images in your layout, especially if they are image-centric, as is the file in front of you. If you want to find out how to choose better colors to work with such a file, you're in the right place, and that would be here in the Work Smarter Not Harder dojo with me, Tony Harmer, aka the Design Ninja. Okay, so where do we get the colors from for this layout? So what we're going to do is choose them from the image. And to do that, I'm going to hold down Shift and tap I to select the color theme tool. And you see automatically it starts to choose me colors. Now I've got different variations here, so I can go ahead and use colorful or bright or dark or deep or muted or any or all of those. And I've got a few different choices about how I use them. I can, of course, go ahead and add this theme to my swatches here, as you can see, or I can go ahead and add this to my current CC library, or if I want to, I could just use it in place. So let me just go ahead and select this blue here, for example, and then just drag across this text, and you'll see it takes on that color straight away. I could then perhaps choose a different color. I'm going to go to a different theme. They're all related colors. I'll go for this muted theme here, and I'm going to pick up the same blue, but this time apply it to the box underneath. Now, maybe I want to vary the opacity of that. I probably would in all reality, but just for now, it's fine. I'll then grab this for the text. So I'll just drag across the text and apply it. Although, to be honest, I could also just click on the text. However, if I wanted to call out certain parts of the text, then I can drag across individual words or phrases or sentences, okay, to change those. On the right hand side here, I've got an image. It's a 1-bit TIFF inside of a frame. I'm going to change the color of the frame here. I think I'll go with dark for this one, or maybe even deep. Let's have a look. Deep. We'll go with that. I'm going to choose a nice dark color just here, maybe not quite the black. Let's pick up this one and apply that to the frame. Then I'll go with this lighter color, go over the TIFF and click it, and it's colored up. Now, if you do add the colors to your swatches, if I just click here, let's make sure we're using deep just there, just so we can see, and I add that to the swatches, you'll see that when it comes in, it actually ends up in its own folder. So it's all nicely organized for you. And then you can click and see all of the colors that have been added, and it would add a new folder for each theme you chose. To go ahead and change the opacity of that text frame, what I'm going to do is just select it. Now, looking at the toolbox here, I can see that I'm already focused on the frame, not the text, and you can tap J to toggle between those two things. Okay, so now I've got the frame there. I'm just going to go ahead and drop down the opacity of that particular color. I might have both there, so hold on. Let's just make sure I've got the frame. Go ahead and change the tint value for that. So let's go into the color. No, it's not doing it. Do you know why it's not doing it? I'll tell you. It's because that color isn't in the swatches. So I'm going to go back to the theme just here from the image, and I think I used muted for this one, and add that to my swatches as well. Okay, let's just make sure that's added to the frame. Now I can go ahead and change the opacity of that. Of course, 10% is going to be way too small, so I'm just going to increase that until it hits the value I'm after. So let's go for about, I don't know, 60, something like that. Maybe a bit more than that would be even better, but I can play with that all day while you go out and know that you can just use the color themes from the color theme tool here in InDesign. I'll see you next time here in the Work Smarter Not Harder dojo. See ya.